our very own Benjamin Urrutia as speaker number 1. Now, Toastmaster Benjamin has been a Toastmaster for 20 years, and he loves every opportunity to keep learning about public speaking. Following the pathway sequence, Benjamin is to talk about a topic of general interest, seeking to engage the audience in anticipation of the audience's needs. Please rate him on how successful he is on reaching his goal on his speech entitled Developing Your Career. Here is Toastmaster Benjamin.
Gracias. How many of you have heard this expression? You are not made for this job. Begin to look on something else where you can do better. I understand this is disheartening, but at the same time, it is the spark that ignites your ego and puts you on the road searching for ways to become a better person. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. The purpose of my presentation is to show you how to develop or improve on a career, to show to those that do not believe in you that you can do better and that you too can reach the stars. I'll give you my personal example. When I just began to work, my first years were not that I would say were the stars of my life. To begin with, I was not a good team player. Yes? And modesty was not a quality that I knew about. Yes? So I failed. Paraphrasing our own Tim Taylor, I failed, but not a failure. I realized it was time for me to change. Perhaps I was not well aligned between my behavior and my personal career goals. I want to ask someone from the audience, Jeff, when you were first hired, how did you rate your performance in the first and the second year? Do you think that you did well?
So I would rate my performance as a B+. I was in the Army. I was a second lieutenant. I was a tank platoon leader, so we had 4 tanks and 16 men. And what I realized pretty quickly was I had a lot of classroom instruction, but I had not led people and I had not been out, as they say, where the rubber meets the road. So for me, the biggest part I think that I'm proud of and grateful for is that I had the humility as an officer to listen to my non-commissioned officers, my sergeants, where I had only been, I was commissioned, had been to school, but then showed up. These guys had been doing this almost as long as I was alive, and to lean on them, even though I was the final quote-unquote authority, I think was very helpful.
Thank you for your speech. To all those that are still working and feel that they are successful, just be modest. Just exercise your daily activity with modesty. It will take you to a long place. I'm going to show you a model. It doesn't have any curves, but that helps examine your capabilities and put you on the road to success. It is called the SWOT, S-W-O-T model. And it has proven to be a good tool to examine your competitive position and to develop business and personal strategy. It stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Let's look at each one of them. Strength. This is what you excel at, that separates you from the crowd, from your competition. If I may, I can talk about my own personal strengths, which I believe I have. Because of my background in engineering and business, I feel that I can offer, I have good being good in math, numbers, finance, curves. I love curves. Pause for laughing. Bilingual Spanish, I know the two cultures. That is an asset. Weaknesses that you may have. What stops you from performing at optimal levels? You may not have all that it takes to become an engineer, scientist, or researcher, but you may not be good at the arts. You have to know what weaknesses you have. Opportunities are those external factors that may give you a competitive advantage. For example, here I have a large Hispanic population. Besides the local clients, I also do foreign investors, and I have something very interesting, the knowledge of their idiosyncrasy. Threats are also factors, external, that have the potential to harm you or your organization. You may not feel, for example, taking tests, not gathering enough money to finance your projects. Once you have gone through this exercise, then examine the opportunities. Then you have that laid out for you. Decide what you would like to test. For example, I want to find out about engineering. I want to do about medicine. I want to build. I want to be in the construction area. What is next? Your resources. Talk to the gurus. For example, in my case here, I talked to Linda Miller. She's one of the top, the best. And she has given me some pointers that I use, and I think I have improved. Enroll at the university, take a technical course. Yes, all you have those resources. Then develop a plan of action. This is very important. And finally, set up a timetable to check your accomplishments, and accountability also is very important. Once you have laid out the plans, begin to work on it, put all your energy on it, and you are now on the road to success and to show that you can also reach the stars.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Urrutia.